All right, this is the second video of explaining your activity log. The first one was about how to enter activity. This second one is going to be related to how it'll be assessed. So remember, you've all been assigned September so far. If you click on it, there's two documents. First is the rubric, second is the log itself. All right, so you notice I have both documents open. On the left, we have the rubric. On the right, we have the log with some information that was added in the last video. We're going to go through and mark the log as if the teachers would at the end of the month. All right, we're going to start off with this column here, variety of fitness components completed. For this category on the rubric, we are looking at this column on the log. So we are hoping that throughout a week, you can get all 4 fitness components in your activity choices. So that would be cardio, muscular strength, muscular endurance, and flexibility. Now you can have more than one of each category, but we're hoping that you have a minimum of 1 for each. So if we move over to this log and we look at this person currently has 2 cardio and 1 muscular endurance. So of the 4 total, only 2 are represented. Therefore, this person would receive a 2 for this area of the log. All right, next up, we'll be looking at the completion of key log components. That's the activity column, the primary health-related fitness components column, the exercise time section, as well as doing the weekly workout comments. Just by adding information to those 4 columns, you receive a mark. So for this individual, they have information in all, therefore they get 4 out of 4 for this part of the rubric. Next up, we're going to be looking at intensity of activity. Now you'll notice the language is very similar to your report card: consistently, usually, sometimes, and rarely. The consistently section basically means that you're doing most of your activity in the moderate to vigorous zone. That's where we know we get way more health benefits. We want you there as much as possible. So if we look at this individual, you'll notice that the percentage of time that they're in the moderate to vigorous zone is pretty high in comparison to their total time. So for that, they are consistently being active in the moderate to vigorous zone. All right, next up, we want to look at hours per week. Our goal is, again, to do 4 or more hours each week. You'll notice that there is a range for each level or mark. So for individuals who complete 4 or more hours a week, they get 4 out of 4 of that area, all the way down to, obviously, if you complete 0 activity, there's no activity complete, you can get a 0. This individual completed 1.8 hours of activity. So therefore, for this part of the rubric, they would get a 1. All right, finally, we're going to look at the weekly workout comments. We want you to reference those weekly health habits in your reflection, and we're hoping that we get a sentence or some information about each one. Now, you'll notice each mark is based on how many of them you reflect on. So 4 out of 4 would be referencing all 4. A 3 out of 4 would be referencing 3 out of 4 in this comment. This individual only referenced stress. So for this part of the rubric, they would receive a 1. Okay, so you can see that this log here, entered as is, would receive a 12 out of 20 based on the rubric. If you have any questions throughout the semester, please speak to your phys ed teacher. They can clarify any of the details regarding the rubric, but it is important that you try and be active roughly 4 hours a week and then reflect on those hours appropriately.